Ashwadhama was the son of Dronacharya and Kripi. He was born in a cave in the forest. Drona does many years of severe penance to please Lord Shiva in order to obtain a son who possesses the same valiance as Lord Shiva. He is an immortal being known as Chiranjeevi due to a curse given by Lord Krishna. Ashwadhama is born with a gem on his forehead which gives him power over all living beings lower than humans. It protects him from hunger, thirst, and fatigue. Though an expert in warfare, Dronacharya lived a simple life with little money or property. As a result, Ashwadhama had a difficult childhood, with his family unable to even afford any luxuries, and thus, wanting to provide a better life for his family, Drona goes to the Panchal kingdom to seek aid from his former classmate and friend Drupada. However, Drupada rebukes the friendship, claiming a king and a beggar cannot be friends, and this humiliated Drona. After this incident and seeing the plight of Drona, Kripacharya invites Drona to Hastinapur. There, he comes upon the attention of his co-disciple Bhishma. Thus, Dronacharya becomes the guru of both Pandavas and Kauravas in Hastinapura. Ashwadhama is trained in the art of warfare along with them. Later, Drona asked his disciples to give him his Guru Dakshina. He asked Drupada's defeat in his Guru Dakshina. Kauravas failed to defeat Drupada and were captured by him and his daughter, Commander-in-Chief Shikhandini. Later, Pandavas defeated Drupada and presented him before Drona. Drona crowned Ashwadhama as king of southern part of Panchala. Ashwadhama was a Maharathi who fought on the Kaurava side against the Pandavas in the Kurukshetra war. The deceptive plot of his rumored death led to the beheading of his grieving father Drona, who was incapacitated while meditating for his son's soul. Ashwadhama was appointed as the final commander-in-chief of the Kauravas in the Kurukshetra war. Overcome with grief and rage, he slaughters most of the Pandavas' camp in a single night. Ashwadhama ruled the northern Panchala, being subordinate to the rulers of Hastinapura. He was one of the warriors of the Mahabharata war who crossed all limits of conduct and even misused divine astras. After learning of the deceptive way his father was killed, Ashwadhama became filled with wrath and evoked the celestial weapon called the Narayanastra against the Pandavas. When the weapon was evoked, violent winds began to blow. Pearls of thunder were heard, and an arrow appeared for every Pandava soldier. This put fear into the Pandavas' army. But on Krishna's instruction, all the troops abandoned their chariots and also laid down all their weapons and surrendered it to the Narayanastra. As Lord Krishna himself is the incarnation of Narayana, he knew about the weapon, and the weapon only targets an armed person while ignores unarmed ones. After getting their soldiers to disarm, the astra passed by harmlessly. When urged by Duryodhana to use the weapon again, desirous of victory, Ashwadhama sadly responds that if the weapon is used again, it will turn on its user. According to the Chaturbhuja compilation, the Narayanastra destroyed Akarshani of the Pandavas' army completely. After the use of Narayanastra, a terrible war broke between both armies, and Ashwadhama defeats Drishtadyumna in direct combat but failed to kill him, as Satyaki and Bhima covered his retreat. After the terrible death of Dushasana, Ashwadhama suggests Duryodhana make peace with the Pandavas, keeping in mind the welfare of Hastinapura. Later, after Duryodhana is struck down by Bhima and facing death, the last three survivors from the Kaurava side, that is Ashwadhama, Kripa and Kritavarma, rush to his side. Ashwadhama swears to bring Duryodhana's revenge, and Duryodhana appoints him as the commander-in-chief. Along with Kripa and Kritavarma, Ashwadhama plans to attack the Pandavas' camp at night. Ashwadhama first kicks and awakens Drishtadyumna, the commander of the Pandava army and the killer of his father. He strangles and by choking him to death as the prince begs to be allowed to die with the sword in his hand. Ashwadhama proceeds with butchering the remaining warriors, including the Upa Pandavas, Shikhandi, Yuddhamanyu, Utmanjiyas, and many other prominent warriors of the Pandava army. Even as some soldiers try and fight back, Ashwadhama remains unharmed due to his activated abilities as one of the 11 Rudras. Those who try to flee from Ashwadhama's wrath are hacked down by Kripacharya and Kritavarma at the camp's entrance. After the massive slaughter, the three warriors go to find Duryodhana. After relaying to him the deaths of all the Panchalas, they announce that the Pandavas have no sons with whom to rejoice their victory. Duryodhana felt greatly satisfied and avenged at Ashwadhama's ability to do for him what Bhishma, Drona, and Karna could not do. With this, Duryodhana breathes his last, and mourningly, the three remaining members of the Kaurava army perform the cremation rites. The Pandavas and Krishna, who were away during the night, now return to their camp the next day morning. Hearing the news of these events, Yudhishthira faints and the Pandavas become inconsolable. Bhima angrily rushes to kill Drona's son. They find him at sage Vyasa's ashram near the banks of Bhagirath. Ashwadhama evokes the Brahmastra against the Pandavas to fulfill the oath of killing them. Krishna asks Arjuna to fire the Brahmashira, the anti-missile, against Ashwadhama to defeat themselves. Vyasa intervenes and prevents the weapons from clashing against each other. He asks both Arjuna and Ashwadhama to take their weapons back. Arjuna, knowing how to do so, takes it back. Ashwadhama did not know how to take back the Brahmastra once it was released. Instead, he directs the weapon towards the womb of a pregnant Uttara in an attempt to end the lineage of the Pandavas. The angered Pandavas try to kill Ashwadhama. Krishna cuts Ashwadhama's divine gem from his forehead and curses for 3,000 years of boon. He will suffer with excessive amount of bleeding, diseases on his body, and his skin will melt like pieces and will become like a ball with leper. He will not die and nobody will come in front of him to help him. So Ashwadhama was avatar of Lord Shiva, and all these things were Leela of the Bhagavan. He was born to kill sinners, the Kshatriyas. Now the question arises, if he was Lord, then why he fought from the side of Kauravas? The reason behind this was that Mahabharata was done to do Dharma Sthapana, and for this, sinners, Kshatriyas, were required to be killed. The Kshatriyas of Kaurav side were killed by Pandava, but what about a Pandava side? Pandavas followed the path of righteousness, not all warriors of Pandava's side. Thus, to kill sinners, Kshatriyas of Pandava's side, Bhagavan Aswadhama fought from side of Kauravas, and Bhagavan Kripacharya also fought from side of Kauravas. Due to the same reason, he was avatar of Lord Brahma. It was a Leela of the Tridev. Meanwhile, Krishna goes to the womb of Uttara and on the request of Draupadi and Subhadra saves her child from Brahmastra. As the child faces a test of life even before being born, Lord Sri Krishna names him Parikshit, the tested one. And later on, he succeeds as Yudhishthira to become the king of Hastinapur.